We'll now move on to the second barrier to reflection, which is motivation. And there's no doubt that if we're not motivated to want to learn, then any sort of activity towards education, be it reflection, studying, watching videos, YouTube, TED Talk, any of these may become a bind. However, when we become motivated, this can really focus the attention. And I'd like to introduce you to some reading that may be of value. This is a book that I'd encourage you to download and read, from Richard Boyatzis, Melvin Smith and Ellen Van Oosten. And they provide some ideas around, again, using emotions. And they talk about PEA, positive emotional attractors, and NEA, negative emotional attractors. And in particular, I'd like to read a passage from their book where they talk about not just having goals, but they talk about having dreams rather than goals. And Boyatzis also has got some interesting TED Talks that you may be able to come across, where he talks about the impact of KPIs and goals, and actually how these can have a negative impact on learners. But let me just read this out from their book. So, a person's vision is her image of a possible future. It's not a goal or a strategy. It consists of neither actions nor obligations. It's not a forecast of what's likely to happen. It's a dream. So whilst coaching and mentoring for performance emphasizes feedback as an intervention, vision-based coaching emphasizes discovery and expression of the coachee's ideal self as an anchor for the engagement or the relationship. The ideal self gives shape and color to what's desired and needed for the person to be at her best. Put simply, a personal vision is an expression of an individual's ideal self and ideal future. It encompasses dreams, values, passions, purpose, a sense of calling, and perhaps a core identity. It represents not just what a person desires to do, but also who she wishes to be. I want you to think about that in terms of motivation for our interactions. There's no doubt that a lack of time and being busy doesn't put us in the right frame of mind if we're rushing home then to try and study or reflect or think about situations. So we need to think about both timing and the like, which we'll go on to in a moment in our next module or two. However, thinking about this from a positive emotional perspective, thinking about this, looking at this from a visionary perspective, thinking about dreams, maybe will support the motivation that's required for our own self-reflection, and certainly as mentors and coaches to help support our learners, our thinking partners, into having a greater interaction in their reflection. So I'd like to move on then to creating the right environment. So in the next barrier, we'll reflect on organizational culture. Thanks for listening.